Vlassi_V asks, what was it about Heart-Shaped Box that inspired you to record a cover version and video?
Funny enough, it was an accident when Casper and I were hanging out one night and we thought, should we do a little bit of a song for social media? And we just happened to fall upon Heart-Shaped Box because it's a fantastic, iconic song that everyone knows and loves. We grew up listening to Nirvana, as so many of us did. Ironically, Kurt Cobain was a big old blues fan who loved Leadbelly, and that made me think that this would pair beautifully with In the Pines, my B-side. Kurt very famously sang Where Did You Sleep Last Night at the MTV Unplugged. We got a lot of our friends involved, a lot of musicians, a lot of artists, so we all were able to see eye to eye on this vision. And a lot of my friends are in the industry, so in the movie industry that is. They are drone pilots, they are creature makers, they're editors, so I was very lucky to be able to gather together an amazing team to do a great production on a bit of a shoestring budget, but hopefully you won't think that when you watch it.
What we tried to do is combine a very beautiful, ethereal, aesthetically pleasing vibe with a dark horror vibe. So we took elements of paganism, we took elements of movies like The Wicker Man and Midsummer, and we combined them. And I think we've got some beautiful use of colour and nature with a much darker, more haunting vibe. And I think the two come together very nicely, seeing as there is so much of a light and dark element to nature.
Jammy_Dodger_717 asks, who played the instruments?
I think the banjo sort of lays down the scaffolding for the track, and that was played by myself, Casper. And then on top of that, KK started layering loads of different slide licks, and as she typically does, orchestrates loads of different slide parts together to make a wonderful sound. And then we thought it needed some low end. Initially we tried synth bass and even a resonator bass, but nothing compared to Ian Davidson's wonderful cello playing. In the video it looks like my good friend Mia is playing the drums, but actually that was mine and KK's feet in Studio 3 at Abbey Road. Which was good fun. We used a huge studio in there by kicking a table, and it created this huge reverb, and it was a beautiful, beautiful sound to have in there. Thanks to John Barrett. He mic'd up a table until it sounded amazing.
We kicked the shit out of it, didn't we?
Yes. Blue Boy 246 asks, tell me about the Spirit Walker.
So my good friend Nicole Klein, who is a photographer, is involved in the cosplay community, and she told me about a guy she knew called the Spirit Walker, who is a four-legged stilt walker. And I wanted a Spirit of the Forest type character to come out for this funeral scene and be a real surprise for the viewers. And we checked out the Spirit Walker, Gary, and he was just fantastic, perfect for the part. So I got in contact with him and he said he'd love to do it, and the rest is history. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. What an amazing character to have in this music video.
Woman_posting says, how did you make that Mahoosive fire?
My good friend Mushroom was the aerial cinematographer on this production, and he's also got a bit of a sideline interest in pyrotechnics. So he was in charge of putting together this incredible fire that ignited at the press of a button. I was very nervous about that. You can probably hear me in a bit of the behind the scenes footage, telling everyone to get back. Casper, keep back.
Justin, if we get some fence in the back, can you?
I was kind of concerned that Casper would get enveloped in a giant fireball, but it was all amazingly done, very controlled. It turned out perfect.
Never Would Make It says, when is the song coming out and how can I get a hold of it?
Okay, so the pre-orders are going to be opening on September 1st, and the official release date is the 27th of October. It's going to be available on vinyl and digital on all major music sites. And if you keep an eye on my mailing list and social media, I will keep you all up to scratch of when and where and how.